I became a recruiter. I started recruiting other children. Muhammad, next door neighbor, he wanted to be just like me, and he went to his mother, Fatima, and he said, I want to be like Kamal. And Fatima came to me, she said, as long as you bring him back safe and sound, do whatever you want with him. We took him, we trained him. 7 years old, we went again to Israel. And now I'm telling them, what are we going to do? We're going to be coming back and we're going to be heroes. And they're going to hail us as the Superman of this new generation. And these kids were celebrating, and we went all the way to the Syrian heights. We descended down in the Golan Heights, and we went into those tunnels. This time, when we manifested over there, the sheep were laying on the ground dead. And so is the shepherd. And it was just one of those slow frame picture. What happened? And all of a sudden, they start unleashing on us. Rockets start falling down. And James Bond that day start crying out, Mama, 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 where are you? I wet my pants all over. That soldier were no more a soldier, he was a child. My knees start knocking together. That day, Muhammad took shrapnel right through his esophagus, went through his back, and he rolled his eyes back and he fell to the ground. And I cried out, no, not you, Muhammad. I promised your mom I'll bring you back home alive. The only thing that came to my to my mind is throw him on your back and take him back home. And I threw him on my back, locked between his feet, and I'm running. And those bullets were coming down, hitting us, the mortar falling down next to us, here and here. And we were falling down one after the other. That day when we arrived at the Syrian border, the Syrian military started firing back, exchanging fire with the Israeli military. I dropped Muhammad to the ground, and I sat right there like this, and I started speaking to him. Muhammad, wake up! I promised you, Mom, I'm taking you home. I start opening to his eyes and looking to his eyes. Muhammad! Muhammad was nowhere to be found. That day I found holes, gauging hole in his body. The child that I'm supposed to save, he saved my life. He took every shrapnel, every bullet from me. What are you children doing today at home? While you're at work, or whatever you're doing. When your child shut his bedroom door, what's happening behind that door? Who's in charge of who? Who's telling who what to do? Are you telling your children what to do, or are they telling you what to do? Is it the PlayStation? Is it the 501 jeans? Or is it SpongeBob SquarePants? These kids know about life more than they know about their heritage. It's a house like this that brings the heritage back to its truth. 2 Chronicles says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and return from their wicked ways, then they will hear from heaven. Then we will heal their land. We must fight by our prayers. The fervent, effectual prayer of the righteous man and woman availeth much. We must rise and pray and do our best. You see, the Bible spoke about a lot of this thing. Today, the line has been drawn in sand. What side are you going to choose? When Moses sent Joshua and Caleb and all the other spies, he said, spy on the land. Go tell us what's happening. All the other spies came and they said, there's giants in the land. There's giants in the land. These giants gonna devour us. We lost the battle already. Let's call it over and go home. Or are you in the desert? Where are you gonna go? Joshua and Caleb, they said, we found giants today. And God has given them to us. And we celebrate because we have a war on our hand. And we're going to take them down. Today, the giant of fascist Islam is not too big for America. But America have to decide whether they can take that giant or not. America must get out of its slumber and must make the choice. What I'm going to do today, for me and my house, we will worship the Lord. It's a decision. You see, when I was a Muslim, I learned that one day, if I failed and everything fell apart, I can kill myself. I mean, I can go and die for the sake of Allah, and it'll be martyrism, it'll be over with. But when I found Christianity, Christianity was something above and beyond. It was delicious. That's where you taste the goodness of God. This is where the lover become to know the beloved. God and his people become like this. When my wife go to sleep, I go on my face like this. Daddy, Father, let us reason together. I love you, and I come before you as your child. I just want to adore you. Jesus, you said, depart from me, I did not know you. I want to know you. I want to have relationship with you. I just want to love you, my Lord. And when you put demand on the anointing of God, and now you call God by his names, and he see what he created is coming to the love of God. The creator of heaven and earth come and embrace his child and says, welcome home, my child. Welcome home, my child. Welcome home, my child. And when you get taste, when you get used to that taste, you don't want to go anywhere else. Whatever issue you're dealing with, put it aside and put demand on the anointing of God, his grace and his mercy, and say, Daddy, Father, your word said to knock and seek and ask, and I stand before you as a child. Come, let us reason together. This is what makes the difference between a child and a warrior. Our weapon of warfare is not carnal. It's made for the destruction of stronghold in high places. So when you stand, put the full armor of God and stand your ground and let him know who you are. I just came from Seattle. In Seattle, I went to hand some Christian material to the Muslim festival. And as I went over there, I went by that mosque to hand those gifts. And these men came rushing out of the mosque after they finished their prayers, and he ran at me and he said, what's wrong with you, Christian? Are you coming to evangelize us? He said, he put his face right to my face, his nose right to my nose, and he said, we take 20 to 25,000 out of American people every year. We convert them to Islam. And that's true statistic. He said, we are having your children, and your children are converting to Islam. He said, we will seed your women. We will have your economy. And by the grace of Allah, this country is given to us. And we have nothing but time. Nothing but time. This man just came out of the mosque. And the first thing I want to do when I saw him, that old Kamal came out. The first thing I want to go like, we shall lay our hand on the sick and they shall recover. Bow! But there's something was bigger than that. And that thing, I don't know how to do it, but I surrendered to it. And I grabbed this man, and he's bigger than me. And I grabbed him and I said, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Jesus died for you that you may live. If you died today, will you know, will you be tomorrow? This guy broke out of my arm. He's going, what in the hell are you saying?